Hey, ladies. Since we didn't get to have a basketball banquet, I thought I'd put together a video and a PowerPoint for you that you'll see at the end of this link to YouTube. But I want to go on the record and congratulate you, ladies, on a great 2019-2020 season. I thought we improved a ton from the beginning to the end. You got a couple of your major accomplishments met. You won the Akron invite, which hasn't been done in a while. You played hard to the end. You never give up. And that's what I appreciate about uh, the time that you put in to basketball season this year. Um, like many team sports, we ask a lot of you, me and Coach Woods. Um, and sometimes there's sacrifices that you don't see coming. Some of you that might have played a ton last year didn't get to play as much as you thought maybe this year. Um, it comes down to a couple of things, and we know that it comes down to skills, how hard you work, and are you ready to be there and ready to put in the effort. But I do appreciate that because I think every one of you did that throughout the season, and you showed that 13 is a lucky number because that's how many girls we had out. I'd like to talk to you individually a little bit about some things. I'm going to start with Kendall, the only freshman on the team. I think her claim to fame was she had to be the best gymnast on the team, as many somersaults as she did crashing into the wall. I know you didn't get to play golf this summer or this spring, but I hope that you continue your drive towards that goal and playing basketball and to a successful season next year. Kenna, again, you came out. You played volleyball instead of softball this year. I know that was a change for you. You learned to take criticism, and I think that's your biggest aspect right now is that you took it, you learned from it and went on. You got to play in a couple of varsity games. You know how the willingness to play is now and what level you need to get to if you want to continue your quest towards being on top of that. And I appreciate you being out for the season also. Kylie, your first year out for basketball, I know you went out for volleyball. You learned some things. You know that you got to be here to practice a ton to get better. I think that's something that we all know. I do appreciate you being out, asking questions. That's your biggest asset. I can't talk more about anybody, more about you being able to just ask questions and where I need to be in this and that. And that is a great aspect of a student that wants to learn the game. Again, I thank you. Kyla, if we could ever keep you going from 100 miles an hour to zero and zero to 100 miles an hour, man, I tell you what, we figure some things out. But once you harness that gift that you have and the mental part of the game, I think you're really going to make strides in helping this team with your defensive aspects and also your offense. You're very coachable. You want to please, but you've got to understand in order to please, you need to please yourself. And I think that's one thing that you take in the next season. Hey, I got to make myself happy, and I think you'll be the player you want to be. Again, thank you. Janessa, you have obviously got to be probably one of the most improved players that I had from beginning to end. Your shot wasn't there at the beginning. At the end, it started to come. And one thing I told you, never worry about taking shots. If you miss, you miss. You got to keep shooting to make shots. You're very coachable. I think that aspect of it and your support will make you a great leader on this team next year. So I want you to keep that up and keep positive, keep everybody heads up, and you will be that person that we're looking for next year to lead. Quincy, once the coach figured out that you needed to be a point to change some things up a little bit, sometimes it takes a while for me to see things like that. I thought our team got really much better. Your ball handling skills got tremendously better because you were forced to have to dribble. And I think when you're forced to have to do things, you either fight or flight, and you did. You fought, you figured it out, and you said, I'm going to take this and run with it, and you did. I think that's why you're going to be one of the great leaders on this team next year. Again, thank you very much. Mariah, your role was a little bit different than it's been in the past. I asked you to be a role player, come in, and I know it's tough for coach to come in and say, hey, Mariah, I need you when you're open, take shots. I don't care if you miss or make, but your role was to take shots because you had the sweetest shot on the team. You always embrace that. I hope you do again next year. I appreciate everything that you've done. Landry, we didn't get a chance to have track this year, but I think people saw those spurts of speed that you had on the court this year. You weren't afraid to shoot. That's what I loved about you. You like playing at a high level. You didn't care what anybody thought. And that's why I think, girl, that you're going to be an asset to this team next year. Take it and run with it. Again, I thank you for being on this team and helping us out. And I expect the leadership out of you next year, too. Natalie, a lot to say about you. You played a position. You're not the tallest girl in the world, but you played the big. You averaged quite a few rebounds, 8 or 9 a game. You started scoring in doubles at the end that we need you to score. And I think one aspect of the game I really want you to work on is that don't be afraid to voice your opinion, because I think that's important in today's society. And whether people agree with it or not, I think that once people know where you stand, I think that that'll make you an already better player. So go with that. I expect you to be a leader next year on this team too. So grasp that, take it by the cups and go. Again, thank you for allowing me to teach and coach you. And Elise, you didn't get to play a lot this year. You got to play a little JV, and then you got hurt and we shut you down. And I think that you're going to see a great improvement when you go into next year's season. Again, my whole thought process of this is that you're going to be a person that gets things done for us. People are going to follow you because you're a leader. Take that in stride. With great leadership comes responsibility too. So you've got to be able to help everybody out at every level, and I think that'll happen. So good luck with this. Hopefully in the summer we'll get some things done and get better. Joyce, I don't know what to say. You played 4 years. You've really come a long way. If you look at the 4 years, you're probably the most improved player that we've had. You got to play a few games. You score some points. You agitate us at times. You made us smile at times. But that is what a player does on a team. And I appreciate everything you've done. So, girl, enjoy the success that you had and many good things I hope will happen to you. Tori, a lot of things to say about you. One of the best defensive specialists I think I had as a young lady ever. You just stuck your nose in it. You didn't want anybody to score on you. And then your offense came around too at the end. So when that started happening, we started clicking. We started scoring a few more points and more games. I think it is. Defense wins games, and I thought a lot of the things that you did on the defensive end were positive, translated into positive things in the team. Saw how hard he was working. When you come out, you were always gassed. I like that type of person, and I would take 6 Tories on the team that gave that kind of effort. So again, girl, I appreciate everything you've done, and good luck with all your endeavors outside high school. Last but not least, Bailey, it's tough to play for your uncle. The expectations are high. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to put more pressure, and I'm going to treat you differently. That's just the way it goes. That's life. I know in our family the expectations playing basketball are really high, and they'll be high with your kids when you have them eventually. And so I know we talked about that, and you said I didn't have to apologize for that. So thank you for allowing me to coach you. But I think most of all, thank you for letting me be your uncle. That's the most important part at the end of the day. Wins and losses, yeah. But I can honestly say to my MVP of the season, hey, that was my niece. So again, thank you, Bailey. So I'm kind of in this virtual banquet with, I put together a YouTube or iMovie video that I'll post to you guys. I'll send you a link. You can take a look at it, but we'll put it on the website and put it on Facebook. You can take a look and see. We're in a new norm right now, and hopefully this is not going to be the new norm, but I appreciate everything that you've done for me and Coach Woods as a coach, the support. And you know what? sometimes coaching and playing, you've got to take the criticism. If you can't survive in this world. And I appreciate the honesty that came with this team. So again, hope to see most of you in the summer playing a little ball. And to our seniors, good luck and God bless.